Yeah. Side cards go flying. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. We'll see if people join us. I hope everyone is doing well this evening. I wanted to come online, take off my glasses so you don't get the reflection. But I wanted to come online and do a quick reading for December and the beginning of the new year. I've been doing a reading pretty much consistently each month for people just to kind of get an idea of what we're in for, what we're expecting. Another card just popped out. I'm going to put that to one side. And so I wanted to kind of give us an idea of, hey Karen, what we can expect, what we can prepare for, what we can maybe, what's the word I'm looking for? If need be, adapt. So that way, hi Lisa, so we might be able to maybe lessen some of the effects of everything that's been going on, because I know there's still a lot of planets that are squaring off. There's a lot of planets that are going in and out of retrograde. There's a lot of chaos. There's still a lot of noise. And if you've been watching my readings, you'll notice that there's been a lot. I've been talking about making sure that you're paying attention to what you're supposed to be paying attention to and not get distracted by the noise. So many people have been getting distracted by the noise that has been throwing them off their game, and it's been really quite, another one, detrimental. So we're going to do an energy reading just to kind of give us an idea of how to navigate the next few weeks, because I feel like it's definitely going to be a challenge, not only a challenge for us physically, but mentally, emotionally, etc. So we'll go ahead and get everything started. So again, I'm just doing this reading just to kind of give us an idea of what we're up against, and I like to kind of get an idea of what we need to focus on. Oops. All right. So my last readings have really shown, like I said, a lot of chaos, a lot of noise, a lot of making sure that you're being true to yourself. There are some things that we are going to see in terms of, I tend to feel a lot of it's going to be the transition. And I know that I said I'm going to basically through December and the first part of the year. Hey, darling. So I do see new beginnings. I do see the screw it, I'm out of here card. So I do feel like there are going to be people that are going to check out, but I do feel like there's new wonderful opportunities coming in. So I feel like it's a matter of making sure we're also allowing ourselves the permission to take those leaps, I guess you could say, and do what it is that you need to do. We have the Magician card, which is definitely new beginnings. You'll notice that he has all of his tools in front of him, so he has a lot of great things to kind of work with. And then I also have, as I call it, the Happy Bastard card. So this is something where, you know, I think that things will start to calm down, which is great. I'm glad to hear that. And I know that next Monday there's actually a solar eclipse and some other things that are going on as well. I do see where, you know, ultimately some of the relationships that we have been working with, whether it be within our family, whether it be our friends, you know, there's going to be some need for really tolerance and understanding is what I'm hearing. There's going to be a need for a coming together of things, okay? A coming together of things, a finding common ground is ultimately what I'm hearing, a finding common ground, okay? Hi, Nikki. The other thing that I also want to mention is that people who are sensitive, people who are intuitive, people who are already woken up, they're definitely going to be stepping forward and serving as a way of being able to help other people. And there's going to be a lot of not only energy, but there's also going to be a lot of opportunities for those individuals to come together. So I would definitely say people who are like-minded in this vein, definitely make sure that your communication is good. Definitely make sure that your collaborations, I'm hearing, the need in order to really, because I have the High Priestess, so, you know, yeah, we may not necessarily see the full picture. Hi, Stephanie. We might not necessarily see the full picture, but I feel like there's a lot of good stuff that's coming. So, again, I have the High Priestess, but then I also have the Knight of Cups. So I am going to say be careful, buckle up. It is going to be a very emotional kind of ride. Hey, Jamie. It's going to be a very emotional kind of ride the next few weeks. And honestly, I'm feeling it's going to be an emotional ride probably through January. All right? Through January. So just be advised, and I know people who are sensitive are fine. Even this evening, how many of you have been finding like high-pitched sounds? Upgrades, connections to energy. I'm finding it more and more. It's happening more and more. So it's kind of like we have to keep on leveling up in order to be able to raise ourselves and meet this energy coming in that we need to work with. Because if we're not fine-tuned into it, we're not connected to it, then we're not going to get the full message, or the message is not going to be right. Okay, so that's certainly something that you definitely want to do. So Lisa, yes, you've been getting it too. I mean, I was making dinner this evening and I'm like, why am I getting this high-pitched sound? Nobody else is. Cats were going nutty today, both of them, which is not like them. So there's definitely a lot. I always find that anytime that we are near the turning of the wheel or the turning of the seasons, in this case, we're not that far off from Yule, the end of the year. Those are those liminal places where we might have more activity, we might have more energy. I'm also feeling that there may even very well be some Fey energy coming in, some elemental energy coming in. So there's definitely a need in order to work with the earth, in order to work with energies, natural energies, getting out into nature. So tired. Yes. How many of you were absolutely wiped from last week and you feel like you got nothing accomplished? It's like, I don't even know where the week went. Don't get it. Hey, Sarah, how are you? So my point being that these next few weeks, this is kind of our leveling up. This is kind of our opportunity to kind of work with other like-minded individuals. It's our ability to, it's going to be an emotional time, but it's going to definitely be something that we definitely want to focus on. Exactly. Nothing accomplished. I have been trying to work on putting some stuff together to put out to everybody for some classes, and the motivation hasn't been there. It's like, I'll do that later. I'll do that later. And later happens and I'm like, maybe later. So it's definitely been a challenge for a lot of people. Don't feel like you're the only one. But this is where, when we're talking with like-minded individuals, we're basically working with like-minded individuals and connecting. You know, this is why I've set up the Avalon community, to allow people to be able to connect, to allow people to be able to communicate, and to talk about different things. So that's definitely something, if you haven't already liked that page, definitely go and find it and like it. Avalon Enchanted, Avalon Community, definitely have a lot of great things there that we can definitely work with. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot. We're not necessarily seeing everything, but there's a lot that's going to be coming up. I almost feel like as we're going into this really dark half of the year, you know, we're going to have a lot of some of this darkness also bubble up too. Maybe how many of you have been finding that things that have maybe you haven't dealt with in like the past, and then all of a sudden it pops up and you're like, oh yeah, revisiting that. That was awful. Yeah. Oh my God, the beads. I remember that. We did a lot of beading. That was a good way to kind of keep you guys quiet and settled and focused. So there was a method to that madness. So anyhow, we're going to find that this, maybe some things, underlying things in our subconscious that maybe we haven't addressed or maybe has somehow re-triggered us are going to be bubbling up, and is going to cause us to kind of need to kind of really take advantage of taking the bull by the horns and really focusing on what we need to focus on. And I'm getting the wheel. Again, it's all about cycles. It's all about cycles closing, but new ones beginning. It's the turn of the wheel. We're going into a time where that way, you know, we are able to really kind of dig deep and turn the page on things. So these are definitely very important. So we're going to have a lot of emotional stuff that does pop up or does bubble up, that might trigger us from God knows how long ago. So don't be surprised. But that's when, you know, the shadow work is saying, hey, you need to work with me in order to proceed. When you're able to work with it, when you're able to really put it to bed, and you're able to really address it, and turn it into something beautiful, turn it into something productive for your life now, then that's going to help you down the road. And that's also going to help you, allow you to kind of keep on leveling up to allow for new wonderful stuff to come in. Okay? The other thing that I'm seeing is that there is going to be a need to kind of hold on to some finances. Maybe hold on to finances. Hold on to your energy. And I'm almost feeling that we're treating our energy, we're treating our vibration almost as a currency. Okay? So it's not just limited to money, but we need to think about it globally. We need to think about it as a need to kind of also conserve our coffers, so to speak. You know, think of the squirrel that basically bulks up for the winter time before it goes into hibernation. I mean, I keep looking out the window and I'm seeing some real chunky squirrels lately. So, you know, but they're going to need that. They're going to need that for the darkest time of the year. So don't be surprised to save your energy, save your connection to the vibration. So I would say use it wisely. And if you feel with discernment it's not in your best interest to maybe participate in something, then don't. If you don't want to do it, don't. You know, there's the need really to kind of be kind to yourself and to remember that your resources are not just financial. They're not just material, but they're also your energy and your vibration. Okay, so that's something to definitely consider. I think we are definitely we're in for another shift. So I almost feel like we're going to have this emotional time period that pretty much happens throughout December into the very beginning of January. I do feel though that there will be a shift after that, and I did have some cards that went flying out of the deck beforehand. I had the Eight of Wands. So basically things can change on a dime. This is usually my card for when things are happening quickly or there's a lot of movement on something. Okay. And then I also had the Star card, which is a great card to have because it's all about hope. You know, we have this woman that is balancing land and water. So she's balanced. Literally, she has a foot in the water and she has a foot on land. She's in that liminal place. She's in that place to be able to connect with energy, with the divine, with the fae, and it's all there. And she's being guided by the stars, you know? She's being guided by the stars so she can see a lot more. That's the very big difference between the Star card and the Moon card. The Moon card, you're not always seeing everything that's going on, you know? Think of it this way. With the Moon, we have the new moon where it's very dark out. I went to go check the mailbox and I thought I was going to wind up killing myself because I was not watching where I was going because I couldn't see anything and I thought I was going to roll my ankle. So my point being, the Star card is all about hope. It's all about faith. So just know that there's a lot that's coming that's good and it's coming quickly. you know? So we do need to kind of help ourselves, and we do need to help motivate ourselves in order to be able to bring this in. You've all heard the phrase, you know, like attracts like. So when we're in a positive state, when we're in a positive environment, hey Chris, we're in a positive environment and we're in a positive frame of mind, like attracts like. If we're throwing out these negative thoughts, these negative vibrations, especially during this emotional time, it's going to be a lot harder. Going to be a lot harder. So again, with all of these changes, there is the need for making sure that we are patient with each other, that we are listening to each other, we're being kind to each other, but more importantly, collaboration, discernment though. And then again, the emotional part of it, as we are in the process of leveling up and we are getting all of these different downloads that are coming into us because we're going to be helping a lot more people. You know, we need to also know that there's going to be an emotional element, and how we handle that emotion is going to be how, you know, it's going to determine who we work with and how we kind of come out on the other side of this next month. So keep that in the back of your mind. Again, we need to be balanced. We need to be grounded. Again, the star card. She's balanced. She's grounded, literally a foot on land and a foot on water. You know, we got the emotional water, but we have the solid land. Okay? So those are things to think about during these next few weeks. Again, there are going to be some changes. There is the need to come together and work together, especially within this metaphysical community. Be kind and know that we're going to be responsible for kind of helping each other out. And part of it's because it is going to be a very emotional time. There's going to be some great things that definitely come out of this. And I really feel that it is what you make of it. Okay? Again, if we go in with the mindset of this is going to suck, things are going to be awful. Yeah, they are, because we're basically willing it. Okay? So if we go in with the idea of, okay, you know what? This is going to allow me the opportunity to grow something beautiful. Yes, there are going to be some things that pop up that are going to cause me to trigger. But you know what? I'm going to focus on working through these, and I'm going to grow from it, and we're going to get beyond this so I can have more of this great stuff that's coming in for me and the world. And I feel that is something that is really, really important. Exactly, Chris. It brings you back to the tarot class, which I'm glad you mentioned that, because I'm actually rerunning the tarot class again. So people that are interested in learning the intuitive tarot, I actually work with a Rider-Waite deck. It's a 6-part class. We're actually starting near the end of January. And that class is going to be an opportunity to work in a small group. We do it online on Zoom. And it is going to give people the opportunity to learn the tarot, to learn the different spreads, to also learn how to work with reading. Because I know a lot of people that sometimes dabble in it, but they want more information. And more importantly, it's also allowing people to kind of take the bull by the horns and saying, okay, yeah, I know all these cards have different meanings, but what do they mean to me? How do I interpret them? How do I interpret them for other people? How do I use it for healing? And those are the things that we talk about. So I'm going to put that information up here in Facebook when I'm finished with this live. So if people are, hey Ryan, if people are interested in learning about the tarot, definitely read through it, definitely message me. There is an opportunity to sign up as a one-time payment, and there's a discount if you do it that way, or there's even a payment plan, where basically we basically have a payment every 2 weeks, and the payments are taken out automatically every 2 weeks. So we meet twice a month. We meet online for about 2 hours. You do have homework. You are expected to practice, and you are expected to work with people in terms of learning your path and your reading, but it's certainly something available and is a great class. So there's a lot of great stuff in there. Also, the people that are participating in that group have their own private Facebook group to be able to connect with each other, as well as have connection to me. Hi, Thalia, how are you? So again, I hope everyone is doing well this evening. I hope everyone is gearing up for the next chapter, or in this case, the next turn of the wheel, because we definitely do have a lot of stuff that is turning, I feel right now. So definitely make sure that you're in the right headspace. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in the noise. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in the emotional things that bubble up, because that's what's going to happen these next few weeks into early January. Okay? Allow yourself to work through them, allow yourself to process them, and then move on from them. That's the important part. Okay? So if anyone has any questions, hit me up, message me. I'm available for tarot readings in the evenings this week. I'm available for tarot readings. I'm also going to be available for tarot readings on Sunday. And also gift certificates. If people want to give a gift certificate for a reading, for whether it be a tarot reading, a mediumship reading, or even a gift certificate toward a class, let me know, because we can definitely get that information to you. The gift certificates came out really cool. I'm happy with them, and I'm really glad that we were able to put them together for people, because it's a great gift. If you have someone that is looking for a little guidance, and number of times that people come to me, especially at the end of the year, beginning of the new year, that's a good time to kind of reflect and see where you've been and see where you're going. So where you've been and where you're going. So take it easy. Please be kind to yourself. Please be kind to others. And just remember, we're all in this together, but we do need to have patience, understanding, listening, and discernment. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. And please message me if you do want a reading, or if you're interested in a gift certificate or any of my classes. You can go to my website, avalonenchanted.com, for more information, or even Avalon Enchanted Facebook page, Avalon Community, or even Avalon Enchanted on Facebook. Thanks again. Bye-bye.